The great secret of Judaism is easily found in Hanukkah, when one spins the dreidel. Even the great Hasidim used to spin the dreidel on Hanukkah. And what does this dreidel represent? First of all, it's a square of the four letters of Shin, Hey, Gimel, Nun, which spell out 358, which is the word Mashiach. It's also, however, the word Nahash. Now this square, this is like a final mem, and when you spin this, you get a circle out of it. So it goes into a samach. This samach, and then it, ends on one of the square sides. But the point is that it's a samach inside of a mem, of a final mem. And this is a great secret of Hanukkah. Because what does it represent? It represents the spinning of the dreidel represents an Ouroboros, you see. And the Ouroboros of being a snake biting its own tail, the snake is the Nahash. And when the snake is able to bite its own tail, it turns into the Mashiach. So the Ouroboros is a great Mashiach principle here. Now, it's been brought down, not only by me here, it's been brought down that this is the entire principle of yoga. The entire principle of yoga is for Hatha yoga, is to become so flexible that one is able to give himself autofellatio. This is the whole individuation process, and a self-realized person, that he doesn't need anybody else for his sexuality, so to speak. This is also brought down in that Atik Yomin only has 9 Sephirot, or Eric Anpin only has 9 Sephirot. There's no Malkus there. And that's only in the 3 lower worlds. So, in other words, this is, self-sufficient into itself. And quite frankly, this is again a Nazir principle, because one can rise and raise himself into a function that's, self-realized. Now, this self-realization has to again come with no dissemination of his seed, no poru, into a vessel, so to speak, into a kli like Kali, in a certain sense. But the whole idea is that this spinning of the dreidel and the showing of like mazel and luck is in the Mazla area. Now Mazla is a great word of 78, which is actually represented by the 78 tarot cards, the 56 of the minor arcana and the 22 of the major arcana, which represent the letters. So these are great principles here, and that when one spins their dreidel, they're entering into the Mazla area and can actually make a individualized change. What looks like a random sort of what letter comes out is actually, part of your own unconscious, recognizing a new thread from the iron, a new thread that might come down through the kav hamidot, and something like that. how it actually comes about, I don't know. But the Mazel area, which is a great area of the three names of Yud Hey Vav Hey, up in the upper echelons, which is 3 times 26 is 78. So this is evident here as we start the first day of Hanukkah. And it's a great time for it because we've just gone through the 24 letters of Baruch Shem Kavod Malkuto Li'olam V'ed. And then on the 25th, we do the 25 letters of the Shema. And so this is that. And then, because we close our eyes on doing the Shema and put an aleph, and put a hand in front of our eyes in the shape of an aleph, this is actually the 50th gate. You see, the 50th gate of Keter, which is this area, sort of like the Masla, because there are 49 gates in Bina, and then the 50th gate is Keter. This is a completion, the Shavuos, the 50, and so it's a deep area. Me personally, I think that there are 16 days of Hanukkah, which are either multiplied, which is the 4 times. You remember the final dalet in Echad is 4 times its size, so it's 4 times the dalet itself. It comes out to be 16. And then, if that's the case, it ends on the 10th of Teves. So, but for me, this spinning of the dreidel represents the essence of Hanukkah. In a certain sense, it's like a minhag. It's deeper than the lights. The lights are man-made. It comes from Talmudic. It's rabbinic. It's not biblical. It's deeper than the lights. And it shows this sense of circularity in the spin. And the real essence of all this is the Ouroboros. I want to stress that, because the Ouroboros is how we are supposed to, that's what we get to. The tail, which is the bris, into the mouth. And that's autofellatio. So the menorah, not the menorah, the dreidel itself, represents this essence of autofellatio that's represented in the numbers of the Nahash being the snake biting its own tail of the Ouroboros. And so this is a big deal. Now I'm out here, it's winter, it's a sunny day because here, put the sun there, it's the Shemesh. The Shemesh is the Shamash. It's the same letters. And that roundness of the sun is another form of showing of the Ouroboros. And its perfect circularity and continuance. And when the thing goes into itself, not into another, the energy must go into itself. And that is the reason why, people have, more to come.